Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today I went to Joann's, okay? I want to say I was a bad girl, but I was not a bad girl because alright, a bunch of things were happening. I was working on something with this style of yarn and it was making me think of brains, okay? It was really a weird series of not unfortunate events. Like, it was fortunate events. It was a weird series of fortunate events. So I'm making this thing and I'll show you on Monday what I was making. And actually, no, you'll probably see it tomorrow. It looked like a brain to me. And I'm like, okay, I don't think it's supposed to look like this. It looks like a brain. Okay? Like an actual, like, human brain. And, I mean, I don't know. And I was like, well, how cool would it be? Because I have a Frankenstein back here with his mouth open. Okay, he's got yarn in his mouth. I was like, oh, but how cool would it be to have a Frankenstein with his head cut open and a brain in there, right? Hear me out. I like Halloween. I like scary stuff, okay? I also have a weird sense of humor and a weird sense of imagination, okay? But I'm thinking like Halloween brains, like we gotta have brains, right? And I was like, how cool would that be? And then I remember seeing something about a yarn ball holder. Like a yarn, like, what are those called? A ball holder. A yarn bowl. Where's my brain? It's in the crochet. And as I'm thinking all of these things, now the rest of this part is just me playing jokes. Alright, because like I said, I have a weird sense of humor. So this is a joke part, okay? I'm not serious. So I told Juju that that's what the COVID shot was, so that Facebook could read our thoughts and then give us advertisements that we were just thinking about. Because how many times has that happened to you? You already know. You're scrolling, you're like, I was just thinking about that, and it pops up, okay? That's because the COVID shot is a computer chip that controls our brain, right? Satire, people, is satire. I gotta say that because I swear somebody's gonna go off on me. It happens every time I make a joke. Like, you're crazy. Like, or they'll unsubscribe because they don't understand how jokes work. Okay, so anyway, that's what I told you, I was like, it's the COVID vaccine. It's giving me targeted ads about thoughts that I have had. But I really think what has happened is the way psychology works is you will have seen it a couple of days ago and like your brain took a picture of it, but you don't remember seeing it specifically because it wasn't important at the time. But then you had a new thought that coincided with what you already thought. So your brain's like gives you an image, you know, but you already saw it. And you think it's a brand new idea, but it's really not. That I know that happens. I studied psychology in high school, okay? Our brains work really weird. All right, so I open up Facebook because because what's going on with my arms and my hands and stuff, I crochet a little bit and then I take a break and I watch TV for a little bit, and I'm doing a lot of like little breaks of crochet, like, and then I doom scroll on Facebook and then I doom scroll on Instagram, like whatever, right? Joann's popped up something that you absolutely need that I think that I have already seen, but before, because I wasn't making a brain at the time, it didn't register to me. And then they're like 60% off coupon for Labor Day. What? So I bought this. I placed an order, and for the first time in months, Joann's actually filled my order. It is the coolest yarn bowl I have ever seen in my entire life. But he's going to get a brain in his head. I'm going to crochet a brain. I have to find the right color, and actually I told Juju I kind of want to do like a fluorescent pink brain, which I have. Like, I want him to have a fluorescent pink brain in there. It's not going to be an actual brain, but we are going to do a tutorial for it because it's going to be fun. We're going to do it together. It's going to be fun. We're going to make a brain. And I went down a whole rabbit hole, and we will discuss that probably hopefully tomorrow, provided everything works out. Now, he has a little tiny chip missing on his nose and a little chip missing in his eye. I'd have no intentions of actually using this as a yarn bowl, though. So those little chips don't bother me. He's extremely fragile. He is that real cheap porcelain kind that if you so much as nick it, it's gonna like chip off. is like the quality of Dollar Tree cups. You already know. But he's beautiful, and he's huge. He looks tiny on the Joann's app, and the price actually turned me off a lot. I think he was $19.99 or something, but I had a 60% off coupon, so with tax and everything, he was $8. Is he not, like, look at how big he is. Hang on, let's do a cake. He's a big boy. I think he is the biggest yarn bowl that I have. So, he's not going to be a yarn bowl, though. He's going to get a brain in his head, and he's going to be so stinking cool with a hot pink brain in there. I'm so excited. I mean, I can even do a green brain. I got all the fluorescents. Oh, he looks cool with yellow in him. Okay, so now, Mike, I still need a Frankenstein. And I ordered one from Amazon, so hopefully that comes so we can show that to you tomorrow. Is what I'm planning. If it doesn't work out, we'll do it next week. But is he not cool? So because I had a 60% off coupon, I have told you in the past that my husband does 60% off coupons because he knows that I love crafts. He knows I love yarn, and he knows that if he has his own account, he gets a second 60% off coupon that I can tell him what to purchase for me. It's a win-win, okay? If you have a spouse or a best friend that doesn't like to craft as much as you, or if you have a sister, cousin, daughter, nephew, like whoever that doesn't like to craft, you can be like, hey, can you just sign up so you can get me an extra coupon? And then the two of you have to go shopping together and make two separate purchases so that you can use both the coupons. But when there's a 60% off coupon, you better believe it's a good deal. There was an older lady that was in Joann's while I was in there, and she was really excited because she found a high-end item that was not on sale, and she got it for 60% off. I don't know what it was. It was a craft that I didn't do, but it was like this big thing in a box, and she was so excited. And her app wasn't working, and she couldn't remember her password, and the lady behind the register, she's all, I got you, I'll take care of it. And she's all, if you know your phone number, we can look you up, and then I will manually put in the coupon. And I was like, ooh, I like this girl. So I went up there, and because I did this as a pickup in store, they gave me a 5 off of $10 when I pick up my item. So if you come into the store and pick up your item that you purchased online, they immediately sent me a 5 off of 10 coupon while I'm in the store. I didn't have to wait 10 minutes or not. Like, it immediately came through in the order process. And I'm like, well, I'm going to use it. Because there's yarn I have been wanting from Joann's for a while. And they have colors that are just beautiful. And so, I'm going to go peruse. And the lady who brought me my yarn bowl was really, really fun and friendly, and like, she's all, I'm so sorry, I'm in such a good mood today. I was like, that's all right. I'm gonna go look at the yarn. I'll be back in a few minutes. Which was a different lady than the lady who helped me with my coupons, because it wouldn't scan that coupon, because that coupon came in my email and she couldn't get it to scan. She's all, I'm just gonna manually enter it. And then I had a 20% off my next order coupon, and she stacked them, and it's hit or miss whether they're gonna do that at Joann's. Like, Joann's is real picky with that. And she let me use both, and Mr. Cinnamon was able to buy this for 60% off with his 60% off coupon. So I got 5 off of 10, and then this was a doorbuster, but they still gave me an extra 20% off of both of these. And I don't know where my receipt went, but you're just gonna have to trust me. This yarn, what is it, Bernat? Okay, I'm gonna say this. Bernat is made from Yarnspirations. I'm not a huge Yarnspirations fan or collector. There's not anything wrong with Yarnspirations. Yarnspirations makes Red Heart Super Saver, and if you know anything about me or you've watched me for any amount of time, you know that I physically cannot use yarn from Red Heart Super Saver. I can use Red Heart Soft. I can use Red Heart with Love. I can't use a Super Saver. And I don't care if it's the Super Saver Itty Bitty Stripes or it's the Super Saver Granny Square. But the Granny Square was the least rough and didn't give me as bad of a reaction as all of the other Red Heart Super Saver yarns. There is a chemical in it that burns my skin. I don't know what it is. And also, something in the texture of Red Heart Super Saver rips at my skin. I have a severe form of eczema that causes blisters like this that hurt and pop and go into the meat of my skin. And I'm sorry if you're queasy, you don't like that, but like, that's an eczema bump. I also have one on the tip of my finger. I get really bad outbreaks about once a year where my entire hand will be covered in blisters. And it's generally if I have touched something like, I can't use hand sanitizer. I can't use Red Heart Super Saver. And I can't use, I mean, there's a couple of yarns I can't use, but Red Heart Super Saver is the one everybody knows. And so, like, Yarnspirations, like, I don't have anything against them. I stay away from them because Red Heart Super Saver is their #1 yarn, right? But also, the Karen cakes are beautiful, and I love them, and I want them all the time because they're so pretty, and they're always, Karen is, like, always coming out with new cakes. And it's like every season they come out with new cakes, but then every year they come out with new colors of the cakes. And so people get so swept up in it. And I have in the past been like, oh, new Karen cake. I don't use them. I don't know why. I buy them and they're beautiful. And I have a whole bucket over there of the cinnamon swirl cakes. And I have a bunch of the Karen skinny cakes right there. I don't use them. I don't use cakes a whole lot. So, I mean, it's a problem for me to buy them and then not use them, and then they take up space, and they took up my money. And so I have like this, I don't buy a lot of Yarnspirations, but I'm going to tell you, Bernat, minus the blanket yarn. I hate Bernat blanket yarn. I don't like blanket yarn. It's a sensory issue. I have hypersensitivity to a lot of things. I can't touch popsicle sticks. I can't touch cardboard boxes. I don't like the wraparound crayons. I don't like construction paper. I don't like coloring book paper. A lot of things that are dry like that, it makes me cringe. It makes my teeth hurt. Sometimes it makes my bones hurt. It's a weird thing, and I know not everybody understands it. Some of you absolutely get it. It's hypersensitivity. It's over, I forget what it's called. But you're hypersensitive to certain things, certain sounds. Like if you get a cringy sound from like nails on a chalkboard, not everybody gets that. It's an oversensitivity to that. Certain smells can make people throw up for no reason. It's all in the same bubble of things, okay? Mine tends to be textures and feels and the way things feel in my mouth. It's also a neurodivergent thing. Like people who have autism, ADHD, things like that usually have this over or under sensitivity. Bernat, with the exception of Bernat blanket yarn, because Bernat blanket yarn falls into that, it feels really dry to my skin, and I just don't like it, and I don't like working with it. I don't like the noise it makes on the hook. Like I stay away from all blanket yarn. I'm not a big fan of velvet yarns either, with the exception of, I think it's Lion Brand Velvet. I actually really like that yarn. Okay, so I say all of that because what I bought was all Bernat. Alright, so this is the Bernat Lattice yarn, which this came out last year, and I did not like the colors enough to buy it for $11.99. The colors were like dusty rose with dusty rose like color, or sage green, or like gray. It was all very like muted colors. If you look at the yarns that are on my desk, I like color. I don't like muted nothing, okay? Yes, there's a pile on my desk of yarn still that I need to put away. Okay, so I was not interested in the lattice when it first came out. It feels nice in the ball, and I was like, ooh, that feels nice. I would like to work with it, but it was all one color, and it was very bland. And it was very like, ooh, sage and dusty. That's not me. That's not Cinnamon Stitches. Okay, there's a reason my hair's purple. I like color, right? So when I saw that they came out with the new colors of the lattice, I started just yearning for it and like getting the FOMO for it. And I just really wanted it because the colors. This screams Halloween to me. This is like Hocus Pocus colorway. Now this colorway is called Fireball. Fireball. All right. So it's the Bernat lattice. It feels really nice. Like there's a squish to it in the ball. So it says it's a medium weight, four worsted medium weight. It is 54% polyester, 28% acrylic, and 18% nylon. And it looks like it's kind of cool. Okay, so one side of the yarn is black, and the other side is like color, almost like it's stitched on. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to say with knitting, with my experience with knitting, when you do a yarn that has a texture or something like that, the texture all tends to be on the purl side. I don't know why. So I don't think I would knit with this. And I think with crochet, you're going to have to watch the way you're pulling it to get the color on both sides. This is just me predicting. I have no idea because I haven't used it. But, oh, 60% off $11.99 is way more better than $11.99, right? So, Mr. Cinnamon got me this one with his 60% off coupon. And then I got 5 off of 10 for this one. So because this was $11.99, they subtracted $5 and then they gave me 20% off on top of that. So, I don't know. These were probably both around the same price when it all came down to it. This one is the colorway Black Light. But it's got beautiful pinks and purples and blues. And these absolutely could go in a project together, but I don't think that they're going to. Because I'm thinking like a striped shirt. Like do a section of the red and then a section like fire and ice type situation. I mean, they could go together, but oh, that color just screams Halloween to me, and I kind of want to make a top or something. How many yards is this? 389 yards. So I could make a lacy top, like a super lacy top. See, this shows it as a blanket. I would not put this in a blanket. What are the washing instructions? Machine washable and dryable. Very good. Does not say lay flat to dry. It says don't iron it. Wash in water not exceeding 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius at a delicate setting. Do not bleach. Tumble dry at low heat at delicate setting. Do not iron. Do not press. Do not dry clean. Because those symbols tell you a little bit of information, but they don't tell you everything. This is so pretty. So I only bought these because I think $11.99 is expensive. I only bought them because of coupons. The only reason I bought them. But even this one is kind of like witchy colored. And then the last thing I bought at Joann's, this was 20% off. I have a white one of this in a box right here by my feet. And I wanted the hot pink. I also want, there's a blue, like a navy blue that is so gorgeous that looks beautiful next to, it's really close to this color, but it's more rich. But the blue and the pink together look so pretty. But I only bought one because this was on sale for $8.99 and then they gave me 20% off even though it was a doorbuster, which they shouldn't have, but they did because she manually entered it. This is the Bernat Fluffy. I love the way this feels. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's so cool looking. It is a bulky number 5. It's got the same washing instructions as that one. It's 90% polyester, 10% nylon, 415 yards. And I have a white and I have this beautiful hot pink color, which is vivid pink. And I only bought any of this because I had coupons. Look at, see how big he is? That's a big ball of yarn. That's a big boy. So, he's so cool. He's so cool. I did not see any more of these on the shelves. I looked. and it said there was 3 in stock, but very often I have tried to place order in the past, like, actually it's been probably closer to a year. Every time I place a pickup order on Joann's or Michael's, they get canceled because they ain't unloaded the truck yet. They don't know where nothing's at. My Joann's this time was actually jam-packed full of new items. There was so many new yarns. I haven't been to Joann's in a few months, so there was a lot of new stuff, and I'm just like, oh, there's a new baby yarn, but it's a one weight, so it's like super fine. And it was so pretty, and I was like, I don't work with that enough to buy it, but like there's so many new yarns at Joann's right now. And I knew I liked the fluffy. I knew I felt the fluffy before because I have the white. And actually it's more of a cream. I just think those will be beautiful in a project together. I don't know what we're gonna make. It might be just a cute little blanket. How many yards did I say this was? 400, so it's only 800 yards. I could make a small baby blanket. I could probably make a top. I don't know. I just think it's so pretty. It's so soft and squishy. So I bought the pink to go with the white, and I might actually try to find another coupon and get the navy colored. All right, I'm almost done. But yeah, I'm not supposed to be spending money because I have things coming up. But when they have 60% off at coupon at Joann's, like sometimes you just cannot resist it, especially when like the perfect thing pops up in your feed and it was in stock and they filled my order and then the yarn was just extra. Because I mean, I have wanted this yarn, and to get it at 60% off, it's a really, really good deal. So that's today's, I guess it's a yarn porn and a yarn bowl porn video, but like, it's just me having fun with my husband going out. And we went to Joann's at the end of all of the Dollar Trees and all the other errands. So it was one of about 15 places we went in a one-day period. So we are both kind of tired today. And I'm recording this on Sunday because this week has got a lot of events happening this week. And then after we have breakfast, we're going to go and we're going to put some more stuff in the storage unit and get that taken care of. And yeah, fun times. I'm going to be exhausted tomorrow. But tomorrow in my world is Monday, Labor Day. I'm actually going to get to rest tomorrow. I'm probably not going to rest tomorrow. I don't rest. I don't know how to sit still. I don't know how to not do things. I have to be busy all the time. And we're probably going to do some more cleaning and moving stuff in the storage unit tomorrow. Yeah. So, if you scored something with your 60% off at Joann's, let me know what you bought. Because I had Randy from the Facebook group was like, I really want that yarn bowl, but she didn't want to pay shipping, which I understand. And especially as fragile as that is, I wouldn't pay to have it shipped anyway because it's going to get broke. Mine got broke just coming home from the store. I could have returned it, but he's not going to be used as a yarn bowl. I don't use yarn bowls, and when I use yarn bowls, I use the enclosed yarn bowls. I better take that out because I'm going to wonder where that is later. I use the enclosed yarn bowls. I have a big giant teacup yarn bowl over there that was gifted to me in Happy Meal, and it has yarn in it, but it's more of a decor thing. And Skeletor here, same thing. I'm going to forget that I called him Skeletor later, and I'm going to be like, what is his name again? I use these in all different sizes. These are more for decorations, and he's the coolest thing I have bought in a long time. So these both were 60% off because my husband is a gem and gets the app for me. Actually, he has Michael's and Joann's apps on his phone, and I don't have either on my phone. I just log in on the website because the apps don't work for me. I've been having problems with the apps for a while. And with that, I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for spending this time with me. Put in the comments if you scored that 60% off coupon and what you bought in detail. I love hearing what you guys are doing. If you didn't get anything, like what would you buy with the 60% off coupon? Because Mr. Cinnamon actually wanted to buy some more epoxy for his crafting, but he instead bought me yarn because he's a gem and he loves his wife to be happy. And he knows how ridiculously stupid happy I get for yarn. So with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.